So this tragic aspect, this is really the classic tragic dilemma. And again, the tragic is a principle that you see all throughout Greek um, storytelling, Greek tragedy. So it's in the characters, it's in the telling of the story, it's just everywhere. Okay, so they're constantly setting things like this up. Now, a few sort of extra points here to point out. So, first of all, our next text, Genesis, will present a similar problematic, right? So in Genesis 22, we will have the binding of Isaac scene where Abraham is commanded by God to sacrifice Isaac. Uh, this does not happen. It's suspended at the last moment, but it's operating with the same sort of idea. Okay. Um, there's many differences, right? We don't see really Abraham struggle with this. It's presented in something in a tragic way, but there is none of the sort of tragic struggle, and then there is sort of a release aspect of it. There is sort of a redemptive aspect. So it's kind of like a mix almost of the tragic and the redemptive. And the other thing I'll point out is that there is a version, a play version, a tragic play version of the Iphigenia story. Actually, two: Iphigenia in Aulis and Iphigenia in Tauris. Iphigenia in Aulis, written by Euripides, is the one you would want to look at, and there is where we see uh, the whole scene where she is invited up to the Greek encampment, and then she is sacrificed. So on canvas, I have put the film Iphigenia from 1977. I put that up with the Oresteia theater productions, and it's a pretty good film, and it really shows you sort of what's at stake there. Okay, so it's good evidence for Clytemnestra, and it's the kind of evidence that eventually gets sort of erased from the story. So it shows um, Clytemnestra as a loving mother who uh, is thrilled that her daughter is going to get married to Achilles, and then we see the brutal um, sort of um, takedown that happens with Iphigenia by her father and the Greek army and the sacrifice of his daughter.